Good morning, everybody. Just hang on in there. I've got to just get my microphones going. And it's all good from there. Great to see you. Great to see you. Let's get this going. Hopefully you all can hear. Get a little volume on there. Let's jump over to Instagram for a minute. We're going to go live there. Great morning, everyone. Great morning, great morning, great morning. I want to thank you all for being here this morning. You are super, super valuable, and it's amazing just to be here today. Excuse me, with everything else that is going on. I am Mitch Race. Welcome to the Mitch Race Podcast. Super duper Saturday to you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for hanging on in there. You know, technology, as always, and other things can be challenging. I've actually got a leaf blower. You can probably hear in the background what's going on the outside. But that's okay because there are a lot more important things going on and a lot more dangerous things to consider, than going down by a leaf blower here in New York City. You're listening to a little music back here in the background, and other than that, I don't want to keep you guys waiting because you are so super, super valuable, and I'm super blessed to be here. All right, so let's get ready to get started, all right? Great morning, valuable ones. I am Mitch Race, and I help middle-aged to seasoned professional men who are distracted, unclear, and don't know their value gain clarity and vision so that they can become the best version of themselves while earning their desired high-level income to match their image. And I am so happy and grateful to be walking in this calling of self-image and helping people with self-image and self-esteem and self-confidence and not knowing your value. And I can tell you this too, that so many things I could be walking in and doing this morning, none of them are more important and more valuable than spending my Saturday mornings with you all. A couple of house rules before we begin. Just let me know if you're here live. If you're on a replay, put L in, put R in. If you're watching it in replay, please put it in the chat. Let me know where you're coming in from. Please put it in the chat. And if you can relate and you're getting value out of what you're hearing today, this podcast, please put it in the chat. Yep, you got it. In the comments, okay? I appreciate you all so much for investing your Saturday mornings with me, and I always look forward to paying out dividends from this podcast to you. And that is because this podcast continues to grow because of you. And that's why I spend a little bit of extra time being grateful and letting you know how grateful I am for each and every one of you and how grateful I am to be here alive this morning when I am here, and God blesses me to be here, to have an opportunity to share and grow with you. So tell me something. I am glad that you're here, but truly, how are you this morning? How are you this morning? Where are you this morning? No matter where you are, no matter how you're doing, I want to let you know that I see you. I want to let you know that I care about you. I want to let you know that I love you even. And I want to let you know that I'm thinking about you. Because we have to talk to each other. We have to ask how we're doing. We have to check in. So I know that there are some of you out there that are going through some real storms this morning. I mean, real storms, as in the weather. So I want to let you know that I'm praying for you. I'm taking some time out. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your families. I'm praying for your friends, your loved ones, for your properties, for you and your family inside and outside of New York. We don't have it as bad as you all have it out there. So, but please do take care of yourselves and do take care of the people around you. But just know that you are seen, that you are heard, you're being prayed for. We people, valuable ones, we need to exercise in our life. How many like to exercise? I can't see you, but put it as a show of hands, put it up. Okay, let me know. Put it in the chat. Let me know how many of you out there like to exercise. Because I'll tell you the truth, sometimes we don't like it. We don't want to do it. We begrudge. We just don't. We get up and it's like, no, no. But the truth is, once we get started, we kind of enjoy it, don't we? We usually get pretty good at it. We get good at handling it. We get good at managing it. We get good at incorporating it into our lives. It becomes a part of our fabric. And we also we really get good at seeing ourselves better and in others too with the exercise. So exercise definitely has a lot of built-in value for your self-image. I want you to know that in case you did not. Your self-esteem and your self-worth, your value and your confidence, all of those things improve with exercise. So this morning's share isn't just about the physical. We're going to talk more about that than just exercising the body. There are many different muscles we can and should develop. What I'm looking at is an overall development of who we are and witnessing ourselves as we become the best version of ourselves. That is, taking the pause, taking the pause, seeing the transitions from where we are and charting a new destination going forward towards accomplishing personal greatness. So with that notion on exercising what it can do for you, we are very, very busy people, aren't we? We are more so, ever more so, often distracted than ever, folks. And I want you to remember that this is a we conversation. So it's, as I speak to you, I'm also speaking to myself. Trust and believe on that one. Remember that, because it is about us. It is about you. So that being said, let's get into it. 5 things we should exercise starting today. I want to go right into it, starting with faith. That's one of those things we need to start exercising today. If we're not doing it, we need to do it. What kind of faith? Well, our faith in a higher power. For me, it's God. It may be something else for you, and that's fine. But whatever it is that you have that faith in, exercise it. If you don't, well, then get some. Get some. You can get some. Our faith in a better day, we can have faith in that. That's a way to exercise our faith. If the last day sucked, and sometimes they do, let's just be honest about it, well, then faith in a better one. How about that? Can you start there? Sure you can. How about faith in a better moment? That last moment maybe didn't go so well. Maybe it didn't go well for a lot of different reasons. But you can have faith in a better moment. If that one sucked, and sometimes they do, let's face it. I like being real about these things. How about our belief in others and in ourselves? We can start exercising our faith there. We can start exercising what we want to do. We can start exercising what we want to be and what we want to see. We can start exercising those things. So start exercising faith. Love and forgiveness. We should start exercising love and forgiveness. Tell someone you love them. That's a good start to exercise. To start the exercise. The love and forgiveness exercise, if you want to call it that. Show someone you love them. Even better. But certainly if you can tell them, tell them. Sometimes I realize that with men particularly, we have a hard time saying, I love you, 3 little words. We have a hard time saying that to ourselves. We have a hard time saying that to those we love. We have a hard time saying that to other men. And I'm going to put that out there because love is a universal thing. Love is a very necessary thing. Men have a hard time saying that to their young men, their sons, their nephews, their significant others, and just people. We have a hard time with that concept. Women sometimes too. They have trouble communicating that love to sisters, that sisterhood. So they communicate in other ways, saying the things that maybe they shouldn't say, using the words that they shouldn't use. Everything but the word love. So I know what it is that I'm talking about when I say these things. And I know that you're mature enough, and I know that you understand. And this is why we dialogue. We dialogue to be able to get the things that are inside our heads and inside our hearts out there so we can speak on them. But tell someone that you love them, whether you're male, whether you're female, whoever you are, tell them that you love them. Show someone that you love them. Forgive someone. Men have a hard time with this too, forgiving themselves. Because that's really what it's about. When you forgive someone, I'm often talking about you, because I'm often talking about me. Show yourself some grace. Start exercising love and forgiveness today. Don't wait. Do the exercise now. Number 4, start exercising your mind. We can start exercising our mind. Read things to learn. Create new pathways in the brain. Listen to things that get your mind going in the right direction. That get into places that get your mind going in the right direction. Seek out and invest in people that will help you stretch your thinking. Communities are really, really great places for that, Communities will help you stretch your thinking because you're going to be around a lot of different people in communities. And they have a lot of ideas, a lot of fresh ideas, a lot of bold ideas. They're always on to something, especially if you get into the right community. You get into a community that kind of hustles and bustles and knows why they're there, and they know who they are, and they know why they're doing things, and they have a sense of intention. They have a sense of creativity, of boldness, courage. They want to help. They want to see you succeed. You can exercise your mind in a community. They will stretch you. They'll cause you to rethink where you're going. And it's not hard. It's not hard. There are so many different communities out here. There are so many different people out here in different communities. All you have to do is reach out, and you'll find them. But you have to invest something. You have to invest your time. Sometimes, we don't want to invest our time in things that don't pay us immediate dividends, that we think that don't pay us dividends. But isn't that the concept of a bank? When you invest your money, it may not be a great analogy right now because the interest that they're paying isn't very high. But if you have a good amount of money and you can get into the right bank account, there are people out there who can tell you these things. We have an icon who can tell you those things about money in our community. He can help you with that concept. Investing time, investing money. Yeah, you should be investing in yourself, investing in your community. As you invest in your community, you will build and grow out your community, and your community will be there for you, honestly. And it's a win-win-win-win-win situation between you and your community. And you can go out there with real value. Come in with real value, go out with real value. And I guess that brings me to, I guess, our next point. We need to start exercising our value. So you need to start exercising your value. Use what you've been given. You may not understand this very well, but use what you have been given. You may not even know what that is yet. You may not even know what your value is, and you may need to find it. But this is the point, and that is to have a starting point so that you can start to exercise your value daily. Once you kind of know your value, once you know your value, it's a great starting point. So the other point is this, though, and because I don't want people to think that you're not valuable, because the other point is this. The other point is that you are valuable right where you are, and you can start today. Today, as in this very moment that you hear this podcast, you can start today. Because you have something to offer. We all do. And you can exercise it and build it up. This kind of like took me back a little bit when I first started thinking about that, about the something to offer. I remember decades ago. Yeah. I had an acquaintance. I had not seen her in a while, a long time. But her name was Anne Marie Offer. And she had a show. She created an actual show called Something to Offer. And I was so fortunate to be one of the guests on that show. And she had different people on, and you know, they had different things going on, but she was really about people who were doing things and movers and shakers, so forth and so on at the time. I had joined Planet Hollywood Worldwide. And that was really an important break for me, just to be on that show, just because she wanted to know. She was so intrigued as to what it was I was doing. I was responsible for the for the audiovisual interests of the Planet Hollywood restaurant and franchise worldwide, the audiovisual aspects of it, and that was a big deal. It was a big deal for me. So I had something to offer, and she felt really, really good about me being on the show, and I felt like $1 million being on that show. Why do I tell you this story? I tell you this story because there's value in it, and there's value in you, and you never know what you're going to be doing, where you're going to go from, and what you're going to actually go to. So to me, I think that's supremely valuable, that this is a very, very valuable subject when we can start learning how to exercise our value and learning our value and knowing it, really knowing it. And we can help build that too. We have communities, we have people that build that. I build that. I'm so grateful to be, again, walking in the calling of self-value too. Help you to understand your value. There was a time I didn't understand mine. I didn't know my value at one time. I don't forget those things. There was a time my self-esteem was pretty low. There was a time my self-confidence was pretty low. And I didn't have a community. I wasn't exercising my mind the way that I should have. I wasn't exercising my value. And that's the beauty of these things, that once we kind of understand what the things that we're going through, we can help somebody else to get through. I remember at the time, my story actually goes back to 2 dates. One was in October 17th, in a Las Vegas room, hotel room in Las Vegas at a business concern. But really, the date before that was March 10th, which was the day that my mom had left the planet. March 10th, 2020. It was actually a year later after that at that hotel room in 2021. Just want to make sure I got the dates right. I'm okay with it. But that day, I didn't recognize myself. I got up in the morning, looked in the mirror, and just did not recognize myself. I had gone through a whole transition. I was a whole different person when my mom had passed. My self-esteem was all over the place. I was all over the place because my mom had passed and I was exercising my own personal freedom at that point in time. And even though I was doing many of the things I should be doing, some of the things I had no right doing in terms of it wasn't really going to make me a better person, everything I was doing. And may have felt good in the moments of it. But when I looked at myself in the hotel mirror that morning in Vegas, I really didn't recognize myself. I was overweight. I felt overweight. I definitely knew I was overweight. My energy levels were low. You could see it in my face. I was just missing that spark that I knew that I had, that I used to have. I wasn't in a happy place. I was just making myself content. You know how you smile and people think, oh yeah, everything is okay. And everything is just like not okay. Everything was not okay. I was really going through a lot of changes as a person. At home, went through a lot of changes. The outside went through a lot of changes. I was going through tons of changes. But thank God that that someone saw me, just like I see you. That my mentor, Darren Walker, Be Iconic, saw me. And prayerfully and thankfully, he offered me a chance to join his community. And these are people that really wanted to get somewhere and go somewhere and get started, just like me. And I was just like, okay, I got no plan. So let me just go ahead and just do this because I got no plan. I did not have a plan. And that was the best decision that I made. I actually stayed in 2 communities with Darren. So my point is that communities can be life-changing and people can be life-changing, and you have a story and you matter and you're valuable just as much as me. I had to figure it out. I needed things to help me figure it out. I needed tools that were going to get me to the next level because something in life happens. You get to one level in life, you darn sure need another set of tools to get you to the next level. So you might look at this podcast, this message today, on what you should start exercising as a really great first step in that direction. Because if you start exercising these things, it's going to open up your life. Your life will change, but you have to start somewhere. And that being said, I had offered a masterclass that was supposed to take place tomorrow. I'm still working as if that masterclass is going to take place tomorrow. The reality is that, and being transparent, is that it may not take place tomorrow, but it's going to take place. And it's not going to be too much long when it does. You will see things on it. I am here to help. I am here to give it all away, to give you as much value as I can, and to bring this thing. And you better believe I will be bringing this thing. Don't count me out. Just count me in. Because I haven't counted anyone out. I don't discount anyone out there. And I have to give myself some grace in this. I may not be 100% happy about it, but I can guarantee you I'm giving myself some grace because I am working towards greatness and delivering as much value as I can, and I will. But I want to always thank you all for your support. And just know this, just know that you really, truly matter. But start exercising today. I am Mitch Race. This has been the Mitch Race Podcast, and I want to thank you all for, again, showing up and sharing your Saturday with me. As always, reframe your vision, reframe your value, and reframe your victory. Have an amazing Saturday, have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you all next week. And keep a lookout for that masterclass. Don't forget, I'll be there. You make sure you are too. Talk to you soon, winners and champions and icons.